Right now, let's take a look. Instead of graphing by hand, this time let's look at using that graphing calculator or our Desmos to go ahead and find our solutions. Let's start with our graphing calculator, which is our ACT tool.
Okay, using our TI-83 or 84, if you're graphing with that, first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into y equals. You're going to go ahead and put in your two equations. So we have 1/2 x squared minus 3. Our second equation is y equals x minus 3. We're going to go ahead and hit the graph button. Take us into our graph. Now you may have to change your window to get it to show up a little bit better. My window is set on the axes of -10 to +10 for both x and y. So we can clearly see that it's going to have two solutions where it's crossing. If we hit the trace button, it will allow us to kind of trace and get close to about where it's at. So we can see it's somewhere right around that 0 to -3. And if we come to this other one, okay, we're going to see that it's somewhere right around 2, -1. Okay, to try to get a little bit more precise, above trace where it says calculate in blue, if we hit second and calculate, it's going to allow us by hitting 5 to find the point of intersection. So as we find that, it's going to say first curve and second curve along the bottom. So we want to go just slightly to the left of where it's at, hit enter. It's going to ask us for the second curve. So just go slightly to the right of it. Then when it says guess, go ahead and hit enter, and we can see that it is approximately at 2, -1. You would complete that same process with the other point of intersection to go ahead and get those. So that's how we use the graphing calculator to come up with our solutions.
Let's go to our second opportunity.
The other way that we can solve graphing by using technology is to go ahead into our Desmos app, or we can even use the graphing calculator app, and go ahead and put in our equation, y equals 1/2 x squared minus 3. And our second equation is y equals x minus 3. And on Desmos, a little bit easier for us to kind of zoom in. And if we take a look at our solutions here, we can see that it does in fact have two solutions, which would be at 0, -3, and at 2, -1. Now, in order to confirm these, reminder that we can plug these in. Both ordered pairs should satisfy and make both equations true.